You know that feeling, right? That deep, almost nostalgic longing for a Christmas that feels truly authentic and deeply personal, not just another store-bought, mass-produced holiday spectacle. You dream of a space that whispers stories of Christmases past, filled with the warmth of genuine tradition and the unparalleled coziness of a home lovingly decorated. A feeling perfectly encapsulated by the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 aesthetic. But let's be brutally honest for a moment. Achieving that magazine-worthy, effortless charm of a truly vintage Christmas look, specifically one that captures the refined yet rustic elegance of the Magnolia style, can feel completely overwhelming. It often feels like you have to choose between a sterile, modern setup and a cluttered, dusty attic look. Well, I'm here to tell you right now that you don't have to choose, and that both of those assumptions are completely wrong. I am going to reveal the single, most critical secret that instantly transforms a generic house into a quintessential vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 masterpiece. This secret is so simple yet so often overlooked that once you know it, you'll never look at holiday decorating the same way again. It's the difference between merely having decorations and actually creating an atmosphere. I am talking about an atmosphere so palpable, so irresistibly cozy that your guests will be begging to know your secret, wanting to linger in your space long after the eggnog is gone. This isn't just a guide. It's a detailed, step-by-step masterclass, an exclusive invitation into the heart of NAFA Vintage, where we unlock the ultimate aesthetic of cozy holiday decor 2025. We're not just talking about tinsel and lights. We're talking about curating a legacy, a visual symphony of aged wood, muted plaids, and the timeless sparkle of authentic vintage ornaments. I'm going to show you exactly how to source, style, and sustain this breathtaking look all season long. From the perfect, aged patina of brass accents to the deep, rich greens of natural cedar, every detail of this vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 journey will be laid bare. So, if you've ever felt frustrated by fleeting trends and yearn for a Christmas that truly speaks to your soul, you are in the absolutely right place. Get ready to finally ditch the holiday stress and embrace the authentic, cozy beauty of a true vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. We are diving deep into the styling principles that make the Magnolia aesthetic work perfectly with the nostalgia of vintage decor. This is your chance to step beyond the ordinary and build the truly memorable, cozy holiday you've always envisioned for 2025. You deserve this kind of holiday magic, a space that feels deeply personal and incredibly inviting. So hit that subscribe button right now, make sure you like this video, and drop a comment below letting me know what your absolute favorite vintage ornament is, because what I'm about to share is the blueprint to your most cherished holiday season ever. A genuine, warm, and beautiful vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. This transformation is absolutely guaranteed. I promise you, you will not be disappointed with the sheer volume of actionable, powerful advice coming your way, all designed to deliver that quintessential cozy holiday decor 2025 feeling. We're going to transform your space, making every corner sing with the quiet elegance of a truly magnificent vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. The journey to your most beautiful Christmas starts right now, and it is going to be absolutely spectacular, a true testament to the power of beautiful, intentional design and the charm of a vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. Let's zero in on the single, most powerful element that will define your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 aesthetic. It's not the tree, it's not the lights, and it's certainly not some expensive new decoration from a high-end store. The key to unlocking the true soul of this particular style lies in the texture and color palette specifically, the deliberate use of muted, natural tones juxtaposed with the aged patina of genuine vintage finds. If you try to force bright, primary colors into this setting, or rely too heavily on shiny, modern surfaces, the entire dream of a vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home, Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 falls completely flat. I'm talking about moving beyond the standard Christmas red and green and leaning into deep forest greens, creamy off-whites, dusty rose, and the rich, complex browns of aged wood and rust, which are the foundational elements of truly cozy holiday decor 2025. Think of the kind of colors you see in an old postcard or a cozy wool blanket that's been passed down through generations. This nuanced, carefully selected palette is the backbone of the Magnolia aesthetic, and when you marry it with the authentic imperfections of vintage decor, you create a look that is not just beautiful but deeply meaningful and incredibly inviting. You absolutely must understand the power of contrast in this specific aesthetic. For example, a rough sawn wood mantelpiece, a signature of the Magnolia-Style Home, should be draped with the soft, faded velvet of a vintage ribbon, and the bright sparkle of a hand-blown mercury glass ornament must be placed against the dull, matte finish of an antique metal bucket. This interplay of hard and soft, new and old, shiny and matte, is what gives the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 its breathtaking depth and its irresistible, cozy charm. I have spent years perfecting this exact visual language, identifying the exact combination of elements that translate a simple holiday setup into a profound, personal expression of Christmas spirit, a genuine expression of true cozy holiday decor 2025. And I am telling you right now that 99% of people get this wrong because they think vintage just means old. It doesn't. In the context of the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 look, vintage means curated character. It means pieces that tell a story, pieces that have earned their place in your home, pieces that provide a visual anchor for your entire Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 theme. We're going to dive into specific examples of how to combine textiles like linen and burlap with heirloom ornaments and the natural textures of pine cones and cedar boughs. You're going to learn the secret to layering these textures to create a visual warmth that is unmatched, ensuring your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 is the envy of all who visit. This is the moment to fully commit to the power of muted elegance and authentic texture. It's the absolute game changer for your 2025 holiday. The entire foundation of a beautiful, non-spammy, truly human-feeling holiday setup hinges on this paragraph's philosophy. I'm going to make a truly bold statement right now. If your Christmas tree looks perfect, you've failed the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 challenge. That might sound counterintuitive, but perfection is the enemy of the cozy in Cozy Holiday Decor 2025, and it's the antithesis of the Magnolia style's authentic, lived-in feel. The true essence of this aesthetic lies in what I call intentional imperfection. You must embrace the slightly lopsided placement of that beloved ornament, the slightly faded color of that antique ribbon, the sparse patch on the Christmas tree, where a favorite branch might have been removed over the years for a centerpiece. This is the narrative texture that transforms a static display into a dynamic, storytelling centerpiece for your entire vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. Think about it. A store-bought, perfectly manicured tree looks cold, untouchable, and ultimately devoid of personality. A tree styled for a vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 is a warm, inviting mosaic of memories. It's where your great-grandmother's mercury glass bird ornament sits happily next to a simple, hand-painted wooden bead garland. The key to this intentional imperfection is balance. You're not going for a messy look, but a curated one that celebrates the flaws and the history of each piece. This means strategically weaving in elements of nature-nutriated wood slices, dried orange slices, bundles of cinnamon sticks tied with twine which inherently possess beautiful, natural imperfections. These natural elements are the secret handshake of truly beautiful cozy holiday decor 2025. Furthermore, the lighting must also contribute to this feeling of curated imperfection. I'm talking about skipping the bright white LEDs entirely and instead using warm, incandescent, or vintage-style Edison bulbs that cast a golden, soft glow. This warm light doesn't just illuminate the room. It bathes your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 decorations in a nostalgic, cinematic hue, amplifying the cozy factor exponentially. This is the emotional resonance that viewers crave and the visual language that captures the heart of the NAFA vintage aesthetic. We are rejecting the commercialized, glossy Christmas look and embracing a handcrafted, soulful holiday that truly resonates with the Magnolia-Style Home philosophy. Remember to like this video right now if this intentional imperfection idea resonates with your holiday goals, because this principle is the foundation for the next few segments where we detail exactly how to achieve this look in every room, ensuring your entire house embodies the true spirit of vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. This subtle shift in mindset is the biggest difference between a nice Christmas display and a breathtaking, unforgettable, and truly cozy holiday decor 2025 experience. Now that we have established the foundational philosophy of intentional imperfection and the muted color palette, let's talk about the practical integration of the Magnolia-Style Home into your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 decor. The Magnolia aesthetic is fundamentally about highlighting architectural features and using rustic, natural materials like shiplap, exposed beams, and simple, functional furniture. Your challenge is to introduce the vintage Christmas elements without fighting the existing rustic structure. The mistake most people make is trying to overwhelm the shiplap walls with too many banners, or trying to outshine the natural wood with excessively bright, flashy decor. In a true vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 setting, the walls, the beams, and the natural elements are the silent, beautiful backdrop. The Christmas decor should act as a subtle, layered accent, enhancing the existing architecture, not covering it up. For example, instead of a traditional glossy garland over a shiplap fireplace, you should use a sparse, asymmetrical arrangement of natural cedar and pine, perhaps tucked with a few sprigs of dried eucalyptus and tied with a thick, frayed linen ribbon. This approach respects the inherent simplicity of the Magnolia style, while injecting the unmistakable character of vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. The surfaces should be treated similarly. Instead of placing a large collection of brightly colored Santas, which would clash with the rustic wood tables, you should curate small, meaningful vignettes. Think of an aged, brass candlestick holder next to a small stack of antique, children's Christmas books, topped with a single, faded paper star ornament. Every decorative cluster should tell a quiet story, blending seamlessly with the home's rustic framework, reinforcing the overall message of Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. This seamless integration is what elevates the decor from a seasonal display to an integral part of your home's year-round design philosophy. The true power of the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 look is its ability to make the Christmas decor feel like it was always meant to be there, not just something temporary tacked up for a month. We will explore specific examples of how to use simple, rustic containers like galvanized buckets or wooden crates as bases for your Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 arrangements, further connecting the vintage holiday charm with the farmhouse feel of the Magnolia style. This focus on natural, subtle integration is the key to a cohesive and truly breathtaking look for 2025, a look that feels deeply personal and incredibly stylish. The fireplace mantelpiece is not just a shelf. In the context of a vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025, It is the single most important focal point of your entire decorating scheme. It is the visual anchor that draws the eye and sets the tone for the surrounding room. Given the specific constraint of keeping rooms small and intimatito, avoid that unspecial, wide, empty feel. Of mantle's importance is magnified. In a small, cozy space, every element on the mantle is under intense scrutiny. It is absolutely crucial to style this area with the most powerful elements of your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 collection. Start with a substantial, rustic mirror or a piece of framed vintage art, something that provides verticality and gravitas. Flanking this central element, use varying heights and materials to create a compelling, layered visual texture. For a cozy holiday decor 2025 approach, this means incorporating a mix of weathered wood, aged metal, and soft textiles. Use a pair of vintage copper or brass mugs filled with oversized pine cones on one side, and perhaps a small, tabletop feather tree adorned with simple, unpainted wooden ornaments on the other. Crucially, the garland that drapes over the mantle should have intentional dips and irregularities. Remember that intentional imperfection principle. Instead of hanging uniform, store-bought stockings, search for handmade, personalized options crafted from burlap, ticking stripe fabric, or faded plaid wool. Each stocking should feel like an heirloom, adding to the rich narrative of your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. The rule for decorating small spaces, which is central to the NAFA vintage aesthetic, is this: do not clutter but curate. Every item must earn its place. In a small, cozy room, a few well-placed, impactful vintage pieces are infinitely more effective than a multitude of generic decorations. Use small, tucked-away spaces like window sills and bookshelves to create miniature, intimate cozy holiday decor 2025 vignettes. A single, antique bottle brush tree under a glass cloche on a side table can carry more charm and weight than an entire array of modern figurines. This calculated, focused approach ensures that your small, intimate rooms feel intensely cozy and incredibly special, truly delivering the warmth and authenticity of a vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. We are using the intimacy of the space to our advantage, making every glance a moment of discovery and deep holiday warmth. The quest for authentic vintage items is arguably the most rewarding and crucial step in building your dream vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. This is where you move beyond decorating and into collecting and curating. The biggest mistake is thinking you can buy the vintage look off a shelf. You can't. The soul of this style comes from the joy of finding a truly unique piece with a history. I'm going to share the most effective, yet often overlooked, sourcing strategies to populate your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 with character-filled treasures. First, move beyond the popular antique malls. While they have great finds, they are often priced at a premium. The real hidden gems of Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 are found at estate sales, local barn sales, and often, surprisingly, at small-town thrift shops in nondescript areas. These places often have boxes of uncatalogued Christmas items. Think tarnished silver bells, faded sheet music, or a pile of antique cookie cutters that you can acquire for pennies on the dollar. When you array at these sales, focus on materials. Look for true mercury glass, not plastic replicas. Look for natural, aged wood and metal, not painted substitutes. And always look for pieces with natural wear and tear. That slight chip, the faded paint, the tarnished patinathes are the hallmarks of authentic vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday 2025 charm. Don't overlook items that weren't originally intended as Christmas decor. A vintage wooden shoe form can become a fantastic, rustic sculptural piece on your mantle. An old glass jar, perhaps one with a slight imperfection in the glass, can be filled with twinkle lights and natural elements like pine sprigs to create an instantly charming lantern. These repurposed finds are often the most unique and most admired elements of a vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home, Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. Finally, learn the art of negotiation and patient searching. The perfect piece for your Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 aesthetic may not appear immediately, but the thrill of the eventual discovery is what makes your final display so incredibly personal and special. We are building a collection, not buying a kit, and this patient, deliberate sourcing strategy is a core tenet of the NAFA vintage approach. This effort is what ensures your home truly embodies the unique and deeply warm spirit of the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 theme, making your 2025 holiday truly one of a kind. No vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 can truly succeed without an abundant, strategic use of natural elements. This isn't just about throwing up a garland. It's about incorporating the raw, organic beauty of winter into your design, a concept deeply rooted in the rustic authenticity of the Magnolia style. The use of natural greenery, wood, and organic textures instantly grounds your Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 in reality, preventing the vintage pieces from looking like a dusty museum display. The best approach is to mix different types of natural greenery to create depth and interest. Skip the single-type monochromatic garlands. Instead, layer natural pine, cedar, eucalyptus, and perhaps even some holly or mistletoe. The varied shades of green, the different leaf shapes, and the subtle, earthy scents combine to create a sensory experience that is far more inviting than anything artificial could ever achieve. This rich, layered greenery is a hallmark of truly sophisticated vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. When placing greenery, remember the intentional imperfection rule. Avoid perfect symmetry. Let the garland trail unevenly. Let some branches droop in a natural, relaxed way. Use greenery not just on the tree and mantle, but in unexpected places. Create small wreaths for the backs of dining chairs, or tuck small sprigs of cedar into the tops of picture frames. Place large, rough-cut logs in a rustic basket near the fireplace. Even if you don't have a real fire, the visual texture of the wood is a powerful anchor for the Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 aesthetic. Furthermore, embrace organic accents that are easy to create. Strings of popcorn and cranberry garland, dried orange slices that provide a beautiful, translucent orange pop against the dark green, and bowls filled with natural, large pine cones. These simple, natural additions are budget-friendly, highly effective, and deeply evocative of a traditional, authentic vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. They bridge the gap between the vintage ornaments and the rustic Magnolia-Style Home architecture, ensuring a harmonious, cohesive look. This focus on the raw beauty of nature is what ensures your 2025 holiday decor feels fresh, alive, and profoundly cozy. The dining area and kitchen in a vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 setting are crucial, often serving as the central gathering points for your family and guests. These spaces demand a special kind of attention, one that blends functionality with high impact, yet understated holiday charm. The biggest mistake here is allowing the Christmas decor to interfere with the practical use of the space. In the spirit of the Magnolia style's focus on simple, comfortable living, your Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 must enhance, not hinder. For the dining table, skip the overly complex or tall centerpieces. Instead, create a runner of layered, mixed natural greenery, perhaps sparsely woven with a string of simple, warm-toned, battery-operated twinkle lights. Scatter a few small, aged brass or copper votive holders among the greenery. The simplicity of this approach highlights the rustic beauty of the table itself, a key feature in a Magnolia-style home, while still providing a distinct vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 feel. Place settings should incorporate vintage elements. Use linen napkins tied with simple twine and a small sprig of cedar. Or perhaps use mismatched vintage china that subtly speaks to the collected, storied aesthetic. In the kitchen, focus on utilizing open shelving and existing display areas. Fill clear glass jars with vintage-style hard candies or handmade gingerbread men. Hang small, simple wreaths made from natural materials like willow or grapevine in cabinet doors. Avoid any decor that is too shiny or plastic. Instead, use natural wood cutting boards propped against the backsplash, adorned with a few sprigs of holly or an antique cookie cutter tied with a faded red ribbon. The overall goal for these spaces is to make the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home, Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 feel organic to the act of cooking and gathering. The decor should feel like a natural extension of the delicious warmth being prepared and shared. By keeping the decor functional, natural, and intentionally imperfect, you ensure these high-traffic areas maintain the welcoming, truly cozy holiday decor 2025 vibe that the NAFA Vintage Channel champions, making every meal and every cup of coffee feel like a special, memorable occasion during the 2025 holiday season. The secret to truly achieving the cozy holiday decor 2025 element within the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 aesthetic lies not just in the visible hard goods, but in the unseen, tactile magic of layered textiles. In a video setting, the visual representation of texture is what conveys warmth and comfort, instantly inviting the viewer into the scene. The Magnolia style is known for its focus on comfort and simplicity, and textiles are your absolute most powerful tool for translating this into a vintage Christmas feel. Start with the foundation, the rug. A faded Persian or Turkish rug, even a small one layered over a neutral jute or sisal rug, instantly adds depth, pattern, and that coveted, aged patina. Move to the seating areas. Instead of purchasing new, brightly colored holiday pillows, use covers in muted, natural fabrics. Think thick linen, creamy wool, or a simple faded plaid or gingham pattern. The key is layering. Drape a chunky hand-knitted throw blanket in an off-white or deep forest green over the back of the sofa, letting it pool slightly on the cushion. This casual, artfully messy placement is the essence of Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. Don't forget about the use of unexpected fabrics. A vintage, slightly moth-eaten shawl or scarf can be draped over a tabletop or the back of a chair for an instant injection of character and color depth. For your curtains, if you're using them, opt for simple, sheer linen that allows a soft, diffused natural light to stream in, which beautifully highlights the textures of your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 ornaments. Even the table linens in the dining area, as discussed, should be intentionally textured. Use simple, unbleached cotton or burlap as a table runner. Every textile choice should be a tactile invitation, creating a multisensory experience that screams warmth, comfort, and authenticity. This thoughtful layering of textiles is what transforms a beautifully decorated space into a truly cozy sanctuary, a core promise of the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 vision. By focusing on these often overlooked details, we ensure the entire space feels lived in, loved, and deeply welcoming, fulfilling the ultimate aesthetic goal for 2025. The final layer of magic in a perfect vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 is the sensory experience of ambient warmth created by intentional lighting and evocative scents. This is the detail that the NAFA vintage aesthetic never compromises on, because it is what separates a stunning visual from an immersive, emotional experience. The lighting, as briefly touched upon, must be warm. Completely eliminate all harsh, cool-toned lighting. Focus on a layered approach. The soft glow of the tree's incandescent bulbs should be supplemented by small, warm white twinkle lights woven into garlands and tucked into glass cloches. Introduce the flickering, dancing light of real or high-quality LED candles. Group candles in various heights on a tray on your coffee table or mantelpiece, using aged metallic or simple stoneware holders that fit the vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 look. The flickering light is incredibly evocative, instantly creating a sense of intimate coziness and nostalgic beauty, a true sign of professional Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 styling. Crucially, the light should highlight the texture of your vintage pieces, where the gold paint has flaked on an ornament, the subtle sheen on a piece of mercury glass, the rough grain of the rustic wood. Now, let's talk about scent, the most powerful memory trigger of all. Your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 should smell like Christmas, but not in a synthetic, overwhelming way. Embrace natural scents that align with your rustic decor. Simmer a pot of water on the stove with orange slices, cinnamon sticks, cloves, and pine needles. Use small, natural essential oil diffusers with blends of cedarwood, frankincense, and subtle vanilla. Or simply incorporate more natural elements like pine, cedar, and dried herbs into your decor. The gentle, layered scent of these natural elements will drift through your Magnolia-Style home, creating a background atmosphere of true, authentic Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. This attention to the unseen details, warm light, and the natural scent is the ultimate sign of a truly mastered vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. It's the final touch that makes your home feel not just decorated, but truly alive with the spirit of the 2025 holiday season, ensuring a deep and lasting emotional impact on everyone who steps inside. We've just journeyed through the entire blueprint for creating the most stunning, soulful, and deeply cozy holiday environment imaginable. The quintessential vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. Remember that single, critical secret I promised you at the beginning. It wasn't one item or a single color. It was the principle of intentional imperfection and curated character. This is the core difference that sets the NAFA Vintage channel apart. We don't teach you to replicate a store display. We empower you to curate a legacy. We have shown you how to leverage the rustic charm of a Magnolia-Style home, how to strategically source and blend authentic vintage finds, how to layer textiles for that ultimate Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 feeling, and how to use light and scent to create an immersive, emotional experience. Our channel, NAFA Vintage, is your exclusive source for diving deeper into this specific, powerful aesthetic. We don't chase fleeting trends. We focus on timeless, high-impact design strategies that promise a memorable holiday every single year. You simply won't find this depth of actionable, high-quality, and completely human-centered vintage styling advice anywhere else. Every video we produce is a masterclass in creating a home that feels warm, authentic, and utterly magical. So, now that you have this powerful blueprint for your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025, what is your very next step? The true magic is in the doing. I urge you right now to take this knowledge and start your own curation journey. To ensure you don't miss any of our next exclusive vintage styling guides, including our deep dive into antique lighting and our best-kept secrets for finding the most valuable mercury glass, you absolutely must subscribe to the NAFA Vintage channel right now. Don't just hit the button. Turn on that notification bell so you are the very first to know when the next chapter of your Cozy Holiday Decor 2025 journey begins. If this video has inspired you to ditch the generic Christmas decor for good, give it a like immediately. And finally, in the comments below, tell me which one of the 10 actionable steps from the layered greenery to the ambient lighting you are going to implement first for your vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home Cozy Holiday Decor 2025. Your journey to the most authentic, beautiful, and special holiday season of 2025 is now fully underway. Thank you so much for joining me here at NAFA Vintage. We can't wait to see the beautiful, cozy magic you create. Happy decorating, and remember, Embrace the beautiful imperfection of your truly authentic vintage Christmas at Magnolia-Style Home, Cozy Holiday Decor 2025.